Hi everyone, and welcome back to English Rhythm. I'm your host Rachel, and today we're diving into a topic that I think we can all relate to. The struggle to find balance in our lives. In our fast-paced world, it often feels like we're constantly being told to strive, to push harder, achieve more, and never stop working. But what about the need to chill, to take time for ourselves, relax, and recharge? In this episode, we'll be exploring the tension between striving and chilling, and how to find a healthy balance that allows us to be productive and successful. Let's get started.
Scene 1. A cozy coffee shop. Alex and Jamie are catching up.
Ugh, I'm so swamped with work lately. Deadlines piling up, meetings non-stop. I feel like I'm constantly striving, but I'm not sure if it's worth it.
I get that. I used to be in the same boat, always pushing, always striving, but then I realized I was burning myself out. I needed to find a balance.
Easier said than done, right? How did you do it?
It took some time and conscious effort. First, I started prioritizing. Not everything needs 100% of your energy. Figure out what truly matters and focus on that.
That makes sense. I often feel like I'm spreading myself too thin.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to say no. It's okay to turn down extra work or social commitments if you need time for yourself.
I'm terrible at saying no. I always feel guilty.
It's a process. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And trust me, people will respect you more for setting boundaries.
Okay, I'll try to work on that. What else helped you?
I incorporated more chill time into my routine. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just taking a walk in nature, reading a book, or spending time with loved ones. Things that help me recharge.
I need to be better about that. I often feel like I don't have time for anything but work.
That's the trap. You have to make time. Schedule it in if you have to, and don't feel guilty about it. It's an investment in your well-being and productivity in the long run.
I see what you mean. It's like, if I don't take care of myself, I won't be able to perform well at work anyway.
Exactly. It's not about being lazy or unproductive. It's about finding a sustainable pace, a balance between striving and chilling so you can enjoy the journey and avoid burnout.
Thanks, Jamie. This is really helpful. I think I need to reevaluate my priorities and be more intentional about incorporating chill time into my life.
You got this. It's all about finding what works for you. And remember, it's okay to adjust as you go. Life is a constant balancing act.
I appreciate your advice. I feel a bit more hopeful now.
Anytime, Alex. We're in this together. And hey, if you need a chill buddy, I'm always up for a coffee and a walk in the park.
Sounds like a plan.
Great. And remember, finding your balance is not a destination, it's a journey. There will be times when you feel like you're leaning too much in one direction or the other. The key is to be aware of it and make adjustments as needed.
That's a good point. It's not about achieving a perfect balance and then staying there forever. It's about constantly checking in with yourself and making sure you're not neglecting any aspect of your life.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for help or support. Talk to your friends, family, or a therapist if you're struggling to find your balance. We all need a little help sometimes.
I think I might actually talk to a therapist. I've been feeling overwhelmed for a while now, and I think it would be helpful to have someone to talk to about it.
That's a great idea. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. And remember, there's no shame in asking for help. It's a sign of strength, not weakness.
Thanks, Jamie. You've given me a lot to think about. I feel like I have a better understanding of what I need to do to find my balance.
I'm glad I could help, Alex. Just remember to be patient with yourself and take things one step at a time. You'll get there.
I appreciate your support, Jamie. It means a lot to me.
Anytime, Alex. We're friends, and we're in this together. Now, how about we order another round of coffee and just chill for a bit?
Sounds perfect.
Scene 2. Coffee break balance.
I'm so swamped, Sarah. Deadlines piling up, meetings back to back. I feel like I haven't had a proper break in weeks. This strive mentality is killing me.
I get it, Liam. We've all been there. But you know, that constant strive can be a trap. It's important to remember the chill part, too.
Easier said than done. How do you manage it? You always seem so relaxed.
It's a conscious effort. I used to be like you, constantly pushing, always working. But I realized I was burning out. My health was suffering. My relationships were suffering. It wasn't sustainable.
So what did you do?
I started small. I scheduled chill time into my calendar, just like I schedule meetings. At first, it felt weird, almost unproductive. But I started with just 15 minutes a day. Reading, meditating, even just sitting and doing nothing.
Doing nothing? That sounds terrifying.
I know, but it gets easier, and it makes a huge difference. It helps me recharge. And honestly, I'm more productive when I've had some downtime. My focus is better, my creativity is sharper.
So, it's not about giving up on your goals?
Absolutely not. It's about finding a rhythm. There are times to push, times to strive, definitely. But there are also times to step back, to breathe, to just be. It's about recognizing when you need to switch gears.
I guess I'm so afraid of falling behind if I slow down. Everyone's always talking about grinding and hustling.
That's the pressure we put on ourselves and the pressure society puts on us. But real success isn't just about career achievements. It's about well-being, happiness, relationships. All those things that get neglected when we're constantly in strive mode.
You're right. I need to rethink this. Maybe start with those 15 minutes of nothing. Or maybe a walk in the park.
Exactly. Find what works for you. It's a journey, not a destination. And don't be afraid to experiment. The important thing is to prioritize your well-being. The chill is just as important as the strive.
Thanks, Sarah. I really needed to hear that. But what about when deadlines are really tight? How do you incorporate chill then?
That's the tricky part. It's not always about long breaks. Sometimes it's about micro moments of chill. Taking a few deep breaths, stepping away from your desk for 5 minutes, listening to a song that relaxes you. Even those small things can make a difference.
That makes sense. I tend to just power through, thinking I'll relax later. But then, later never comes.
Exactly. You have to be proactive about it. And it's also about setting boundaries. Learning to say no to extra commitments when you're already feeling overwhelmed.
That's something I struggle with. I always feel like I have to say yes to everything.
It's tough, but it's essential. You have to protect your time and energy, and remember, saying no to some things means you're saying yes to your own well-being.
I need to work on that. And maybe start scheduling those micro moments of chill. Like you said.
Definitely. And don't feel guilty about it. It's not being lazy, it's being smart. It's about working smarter, not harder.
I like that. Working smarter, not harder. That's a good way to look at it.
Exactly. And remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You can't be in strive mode all the time. You'll burn out. You need to find a sustainable pace, a balance that allows you to thrive in all areas of your life.
Thanks, Sarah. This has been really helpful. I feel like I have a better understanding of how to approach this whole strive-chill thing.
You've got this, Liam. Just remember to be kind to yourself and listen to your body. And don't be afraid to experiment until you find what works best for you.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode of English Rhythm. I hope you found our discussion on the balance between striving and chilling insightful and helpful. Remember, it's not about choosing one over the other, but about finding a harmonious blend that allows you to thrive both personally and professionally. It's a journey, not a destination, so be patient with yourself and keep experimenting until you find what works best for you. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to exploring more interesting topics with you next time on English Rhythm.